Hello, everybody. Welcome back to day one of the Sweet 16. This is a special matchup, though, because if anybody at all remembers what happened last season, we saw these two teams play in the Final Four. 5-seed Oklahoma versus 1-seed Duke was at the time 9-seed Duke versus 1-seed Oklahoma. Duke had their amazing Cinderella run, knocking off teams like 1-seed OK State, 5-seed Michigan, 3-seed Arizona State, before falling to the Sooners. But Oklahoma, of course, one-upped them by not just beating them to go to the national championship, but then knocking off Iowa to win it all. And this is their national title defense. And here we are to witness round 2 of this battle. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Kamish Dez, here with finally some color commentary, which is always amazing. And of course, it's none other than Michigan head coach Rodriguez. So, Coach, tell me a little bit about both teams. I'd say more so about Oklahoma because this team looked really different when we saw them last on stream when they played Iowa in the Fiesta Bowl. They had a certain somebody in the lineup who's not there now. Let's talk about the Sooners real quick.
Yeah, one of their key players on this Oklahoma team, Colin Forsyth, will be out for the rest of the year with a torn Achilles, as we know. So Oklahoma's kind of really lacking that guard depth today. So it'll be interesting to see what Duke can do, since we know they kind of have that guard depth. But it's kind of opposite. Oklahoma has a lot of good forwards on their team. They were able to move Richards down to the guard position, which I think will benefit them. They kind of go bigger with their lineup, so we know Oklahoma has a lot of forward depth, so I think really today is a key part is can Washington, who got slipped into the lineup at power forward, I mean, he's not the player Forsyth is, but can he do enough to get the job done against the bigs of Duke?
I fully agree with that. And I mean, it's definitely been an uphill battle for OU. I mean, especially when it came to the Big 12 tournament where they got knocked out right away by Bedlam rival OK State. But they've been rolling so far in the Sweet 16, knocked off a good Northwestern team. But Duke is formidable. Duke is a formidable foe as well. Have been handling business. How do you think they'll do? The Blue Devils.
I think Duke's a really gritty team. The defense, I think, especially in the interior defense from their starters, is really, really good. It's just a matter of can they win the rebounding differential today? Can they block out Oklahoma? Because it's whoever's going to be the more physical and more tough team is, I think, going to come out today victorious. So we'll see.
I absolutely agree. And when these two teams played last time, it really was the difference on the boards, where Oklahoma just absolutely just demolished Duke. And as we see these lineups and as we look at the power forward spot for Duke, John Freeney is a great player, but with DJ Washington now in the lineup, Oklahoma has that advantage that they had last season. Does it replay itself? I'm not sure. But both of these teams are ready for tip-off. Jimmy Gavin, Kristaps Kirilenko. It will be the Blue Devils that get us started. But I guess if you had to name 2 X factors for each team, who would they be?
My 2 X factors for today, I think, first off, for the Blue Devils, Freeney is one of the better players, as we know, in the ACC. Arguably, maybe one of the top ACC player. As well for Oklahoma, I think a key actual matchup here. We know Richards is good, but I think it'll come down to Avery, the guard, to see what he can do up against, I believe it's Mediger, right?
Yep, Wyatt Mediger, who actually got us our first points of the game, and I thought Kai Richards made that shot. I guess it was way off, but we're getting things started here with Duke and Oklahoma. Wyatt Mediger on the ball again, and again, that X-Factor kind of matchup between the guards. It was a fun one to watch last year, but it was a little bit different as the turnover there by OU, and here comes J.D. Avery to the bucket, and oh my goodness. Sent that one flying back. Anthony Wilson III with some great defense, but as I was saying there, We saw Mustafa Mole versus J.D. Avery last year as Anthony Wilson misses the hook shot there. But now it's Wyatt Mediger versus J.D. Avery. So we'll see how that one goes.
Mustafa comes off the bench now, right?
Say what again?
Mole is coming off the bench now, correct?
Correct. Because now it's Anthony Wilson who actually took Mediger's spot at the 2. And then Mediger slid up to the point guard spot. Gavin with the feed and 1. Draws a foul on Wyatt Mediger. You hate to see that matchup down low. And OU will get a free throw out of it.
Now, that's not a great foul, but Duke can afford that with the amount of guards they have off the bench. But if that would have been a foul on one of the bigger forwards for Duke, that could have been trouble.
For sure. But Jimmy Gavin misses the opportunity for the three-point play there. But the last game, though, we saw with West Virginia and Louisville, West Virginia left some crucial points on the table by missing those free throws. Oh, missed 3 right there. But a rebound by Kristaps Kirilenko. And that should be a goaltending. Once again, it doesn't show up. Oh, I hate this. Okay, great. So I'm going to have to put up a message saying that Duke should have 4 points right now. Awesome. I thought that was going to be an and 1 opportunity right there because Kirilenko bodied him.
Yeah.
Both teams are rather cold, though, to start the game. Duke out rebounding OU so far, which is, if it continues to be this way, will be the polar opposite of what happened last season in the Final Four. Wilson. No foul there, but he gets the bucket to go. Tough finish.
So what do you think's been the main negative point for OU? Because they returned a lot from last year from that national championship team. This year they just kind of look, I don't know, worse?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just about like luck of the bounce and also the competition around you. Sometimes it's better. I mean, I'll use a real life example. If you look at Florida Atlantic right now, they returned everybody. And, you know, they're still a very good team, but they're not as blazing as they were last year. So, at least early on. But with OU, that injury to Colin Forsyth was massive. And from what I saw, they didn't make that true lineup switch until the tournament. Until the Big 12 tournament, excuse me. How did that one get to J.D. Avery? Whoa. Oh, my gosh. But like I was saying, with all the returning production, yeah, just sometimes it doesn't go as well for you. That's just the nature of the sport. But with that said, OU is still a strong team, and look, they have an opportunity to make it back to the Elite Eight.
Yep. And winner of this game will play the winner. Where is it? Yeah. I know.
Well, they're going to be playing. Well, they'll play Florida State. Winner of this one will play Florida State in the Elite Eight.
Florida State's red hot right now.
Oh, they're smoking hot right now. Good jumper from Freeney. Early 10-4 lead for Duke. Once again, I got to get that message up.
See what OU can do in this offensive set here. Kind of looking a little stagnant. Nobody's really moving. Here we go. Motion.
Better ball movement, but active hands causes the turnover for Duke. Or for OU, excuse me. I don't know. It seems like they are playing just a little bit different than last year. I'm not too sure whether it's the nerves of trying to defend the national title or not. Oh, a jumper. Kristaps Kirilenko. Big early lead for Duke.
Also, they're really, really slow pace so far, in my opinion. So,
the thing is that Duke is a rather fast-paced team. OU has kind of slowed it down. They've relied more on their defense as of late. And they're a strong defensive team, too. Gavin, jumper, rejected. Great block by Kirilenko. And I'm still trying to type up this message, and Duke scores again.
Duke on a huge run right now.
They're playing well. They're
Might
playing
be
well to start out
well.
this game. DJ Washington from deep. No. But Gavin, he missed. Big second opportunity was missed. And yeah, Duke is also a bit of a slow team. I thought they played a little faster, but okay. Madiger. Kirilenko. It was, jeez, absolutely swatted, but recovered. Wilson,
Good
3-bang.
pass. 17-4 Duke. OU needs a timeout, and there it is.
There it is. The nerves are definitely there for OU. You can just sense that they're not on their game. And it is not 15-4 Duke. It is 17-4 because once again, they had a goaltend not show up on the scoreboard, but we're gonna count it. So it's 17-4 Duke right now. What a start for the Blue Devils.
What do you think Coach Welch's drawing up here? What do you think he's telling his team?
Well, I'd personally find a way to get J.D. Avery or Kai Richards to get open. You got to get the one of those two or both to get going, preferably both, of course. But if you ever need a clutch bucket, of course J.D. Avery is that guy. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe they draw something up for Jimmy Gavin, try and attack the low post, because Kristaps Kirilenko has so far been a menace. It's in OU's best interest to try and get him out of the game early. Ooh, that was close to a half-court violation. Or a backcourt violation, excuse me. And that is what I'm talking about. Although that's Bozo Cooper that gets a foul called on him, and that's Simon Cranberry that's going to be headed to the line.
Would you name your son Bozo?
Wait, repeat again?
Would you name your son Bozo?
No, I would not. For your information, not for your information, but just to let you know, that's actually Coach Deuce's player.
That makes sense.
Yep. It is. Coach Killian is in the chat. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Simon Cranberry knocks down both free throws. And here we go. A little bit of pressure from OU. I'm sensing a turnover here. No. Somehow Madiger recovers. But OU gets the turnover anyways.
Real good closeout there on that steal.
Absolutely. Cranberry trying to work his way in. No. Passes it to Kai Richards. To Avery. I don't know what they were trying there. But they somehow stick with the ball.
Oh, Richards. He got him inside. Oh,
No, they counted that as a 3. Whoa.
That did not look like a 3.
I agree as well. I don't think that was a 3. Then unfortunately, we can't reverse it. Oh, my goodness. Wilson. What can Duke do? Oh, he got stripped. And Jimmy Gavin ends up with the ball. But he'll slow down a little bit. Nope, he'll go to it. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Gosh.
Whoa. John Freeney got up there to swat that one. Darian Stewart, jumper. No. And rebounded by Freeney. And he'll get that one. 8 of 13 start for Duke, 3 of 11 for OU. That's nasty. That's just nasty. And that's going to stay with OU on this end. Kristaps Kirilenko, he's not talked about enough. You know, for all the talent that Duke has on the wings, at the guard spot, he it's like his contributions don't get noticed as much, but I think this tournament we have really seen him blossom as not just a contributor, but like our main piece. And he's showing today why he's so valuable.
I also don't understand why OU keeps trying to force it inside when they know it's not working. Well, never mind.
Oh, you're going to get some jumpers to go. Jimmy Gavin is a talented shooter after all. And we're under 8 minutes in the first half. Freeney, free, no. He can hit him, though. He can hit him. It's 19-11 OU. Again, a slow start. Duke. And we're just waiting for something to happen here. Logan Jones from 3. No. Rebounded by DJ Washington. He'll stuff it on the second attempt. And again, this is the impact that DJ Washington brings. He is a mismatch. He is a mismatch advantage for OU in this case. Stewart, jumper, no. And all of a sudden, Duke has gone cold. Here's J.D. Avery. Again, waiting for OU to find some sort of room. They're playing a little slow, though. Again, I don't remember them playing this slow in last season's tournament. Gavin to Richards. DJ Washington, jumper, no. Here we go, Duke coming the other way. Wilson, screen by Kristaps. Foul, does not go, but that's a free throws coming up. That was a great screen set up by Kirilenko, allowing Wilson III to drive to the rim.
Yeah, it seems like Duke, like I said, is being a more physical team so far, and I think that's exactly why they're up 20-13 right now.
Thing is that OU is not a non-physical team by any means. They can get physical when they want to. It's just that so far, for whatever reason, they're avoiding it, and I'm not too sure why. Oh, here we go, Logan Jones, jumper. Ooh, nice little stroke right there by the senior.
Absolutely pure.
Logan Jones, who actually started off at Iowa, transferred after 2 years there, has been a loyal servant to the Sooners ever since, and that is a great defensive possession there by OU to force Mediger out of bounds. He was going to lose that ball anyways, so.
Yeah, Mario's going absolutely bonkers there.
As he should, to be honest. Avery. Gavin, turnaround jumper. Oi. It's a 4-point game now. OU starting to slowly heat up, but Duke kind of going cold a little bit.
13-4 run here.
Way off for Mediger.
No.
Way off. And that was a rush shot, too. He had options open. This is definitely more of a physical, slow-paced game than it was last year, even though OU really dominated the boards. A miss there by Jimmy Gavin, and Duke comes back the other way. 5 minutes left in the first half. I guess if you were to evaluate both teams, oh my goodness, Kirilenko recovers. He got swatted twice in a row.
Oh my! You got swatted.
Twice in a row. What defense by Jimmy Gavin?
Yeah, I mean, evaluating so far, the inside presence, it's gone back and forth. It was really big on the inside interior for the first kind of 8 minutes, and then the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes here, Oklahoma has really taken over the interior. So it's been a battle of who's winning down low, and right now OU has the momentum down low. So
they definitely do. It didn't start that way, but it seems like they have finally been able to establish a better presence down in the paint. Avery, Washington deep 2, nails it. It's a 2-point game. Because remember, Duke had themselves a goaltend that was not counted on the scoreboard and a much-needed timeout, for sure.
15-4 run for Oklahoma there. Wow.
Oof. Some ridiculous basketball. Low scoring, too, as we're near 4 minutes and nobody is near 30 yet. This is a true slow pace kind of, see who can flinch first kind of game. There's Mustafa Mo. We talked about him a little bit.
In the IR. You watch Major League Baseball or no?
Say what? Do I watch what?
the MLB or not?
Not really, but I guess like I know a little bit about it. Tell me a bit
Like
about what.
Juan Soto?
Wait, who?
Juan Soto?
What about him?
He might be going to the Yankees.
Of course, the Yankees always find a way to load up. Always.
Yeah, and they still never win.
Probably. Cat James to Karolenko. This is some like Golden State Warriors type passing. Near turnover, and Cat James misses the shot anyways. There's J.D. Avery. Sooners can tie this one right here. And these field goal percentages are awfully low. Goodness gracious. Jones, 3-ball. Got it. OU leads.
Wow. What a turn of events here. Inside out kind of offense, and OU's just run with it. Coach Wells really got in their heads, I think, during that one timeout. And ever since that, they've kicked into another gear.
They have. Karolenko trying to put some moves on Cranberry. He does. Oh, that's a beautiful bucket. So Duke reclaims the lead, but by 1 point. Although I think that's the case. We'll see how it all goes if the scoreline stays the same in terms of the point differential on the screen. Don't really know. Cranberry gets the jumper. Oh, it was a near turnover for Duke, and OU ends up with the points anyways. Now Madiger and this Duke offense will hopefully get going again. Wilson, screen, layup, and he missed, but he gets his own miss and he stuffs it. Holy gosh.
Duke bench saying on his head.
On his head.
Is that what they do?
Oh my goodness. J.D. Avery is trying to work his way on Madiger. Not successful. Spin. And oh, what a finish. J.D. Avery flexing the muscles on that one.
He said, I hit the weight room too.
He definitely does. What a finish. Madiger, jumper, got it. Little bunny jumper from the mid-range. And it's a bit of a back and forth affair now. Avery to DJ Washington. Hop, step, and he got that one to go.
Bingo roll.
They are. How does Duke respond here? Wilson. Karolenko feeds. Madiger slam.
Oh, on his head again.
Duke is jumping out the gym. So it's now 29-28 Duke. Or at least that's what it should be. Avery turns the ball over. Madiger. He's going to slow it down for the Blue Devils. Although. And Cat James slams it.
Oh my. Call the fire department. We got a man down.
Man down. Oh my. Kai Richards oh, was that swatted? I think that was swatted.
Yeah, that was swatted. Off the backboard.
What defense by Duke. Clock ticking. Cat James jumper, no. Rebounded by DJ Washington, and the shot clock is off. Kai Richards to Cranberry. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Head taps. Head taps. Madiger.
He said that's what the mom tasted last night.
Oh my gosh, and Madiger misses. OU has a chance to get another shot up here.
Take the lead going into half. Spin move.
No
Step
way.
Back. Got it.
No way. And OU takes that lead into half. Whoa. This has been some insane basketball. It's like usually
Yeah,
low scoring. Sorry, go ahead.
They started pushing tempo. They just started pushing tempo.
They really did. I mean, like, let's look at it real quick. I mean, this is a low-scoring game, but it's so fun watching these two teams play. And usually it's like we sit through these low-scoring games, it's just like, ugh, I don't know how excited it can be. This is fun. This has been fun. And look at the scoring. The scoring has been so spread out for OU to the point that their leading scorer has 6 points.
And their leading rebounder has 2 rebounds. What in the world?
DJ Washington, jumper, missed. Corralled by Kirilenko. And OU opens up the second half with a miss. And again, they're up by 1. Remember, Duke's supposed to have 31. And, oh, what a rebound by Freeney. And he's fouled by Jimmy Gavin. How is FSU in the Elite Eight? Well, let's see. They beat 10 seed Michigan State 91-82. Then they beat 2 seed UCLA 82-76. And then they just beat 6 seed St. John's 90-79. So that's how they did. Tie game now. Freeney hits the first one of 2. Now, we haven't yet talked about your team, Rod. You open up tomorrow. Oh, it's a bad miss from Freeney. You open up day 2 against LSU. That's
At
about
what
to be.
Time?
What did we say as my portable charger drops to the ground? Not ideal. Okay, so
10 a.m. Well,
so
you're
10
all probably
a.m.
getting up at 10. Dude. I don't have class till 1, so we'll see.
It's all good. You can't make it. It's just in terms of my time in here. Madiger, Freeney with the moves. Freeney with the miss. Oh, man. Who will blink first?
Man, we got
Avery,
a good matchup.
jumper. Woof.
Good
And
matchup right after this.
Okay.
Iowa USF.
Yep, Iowa USF to finish the day. Good jumper from Freeney. So, Killian, I don't know if you heard me or not. I'll say it this way. So they beat 10 seed Michigan State, then they beat 2 seed UCLA, and to start off the day, they beat 6 seed St. John's. Foul called, and almost got it to go. Anthony Wilson, the third, picks up his first, and DJ Washington's headed back to the free throw line.
I would say, honestly, the most non-interesting matchup we have is probably that Drake Gonzaga game. I mean, Gonzaga's Mickey Mouse, in my opinion. No offense, coach, but Gonzaga has the worst route to an Elite Eight I think I've ever seen.
Probably. And I mean, listen, I'll give. Well, that's a big miss there from DJ Washington.
I'll give Drake credit for what they're doing right now, but I just don't see him beating Gonzaga.
Same here.
I mean, Gonzaga absolutely nobody but USF this year. That's a decent matchup. I mean, San Fran was okay, but like nothing crazy.
But the rest of their opponents were not that good. And Memphis, who was a 7 seed and made the Sweet 16 in last year's tournament, they didn't even make it this year. They didn't even have a winning record.
Yeah. Like, Gonzaga beat, Grand Canyon in the first round and struggled?
Right. They definitely struggled.
And then, I mean, I will say that win against Oklahoma State was pretty darn good, but Oklahoma State just couldn't even hit anything. They couldn't even hit the water if they were out in the Atlantic Ocean, stranded.
It was definitely
with a rock.
It was definitely one of the worst OK State performances I've ever seen. So, I mean, credit to Gonzaga. You sometimes force that, but still. Wilson, whoa, good contact finish there. But I mean, look, with Gonzaga, you still got to play whoever's in front of you. And look, yeah, it's going to be Mickey Mouse. It's going to be a cupcake type of schedule on their way to the Elite Eight, assuming they take care of business. Missed shot there as Freeney recollects.
Their first match, in my opinion, is not until whoever they play between, if they do win, Kansas and Auburn.
Exactly.
That will be the best team they play all year going into that game, unless USF does win today somehow, which would be good rebound and put back. If I feel like if USF does beat Iowa today, that would be an historic upset, but I just don't see that. and that's the best team Gonzaga's played all year. Oh my!
PJ Washington is catching bodies today. But I agree with you on that assessment. If USF somehow beats Iowa, listen, USF, they're a 2-loss team, but it's the fact that it's this Iowa team. It's this Iowa team that's undefeated and has just absolutely tore up everyone that they have encountered this season. That in itself would be the biggest upset, I think, in league
Gonzaga's
history.
undefeated too, right?
They are, but them being undefeated is not as impressive as Iowa being undefeated. Not even close.
And then how many L's does Duke have? 3, right?
No, only one.
4. 1?
Yeah.
It was 2, oh gosh, they got beat by somebody they shouldn't have.
Clemson. They got beat by Clemson at home.
After they beat UNC like back-to-back.
Yup. That's college basketball for you. And Wyatt Medegar's called for the reach-in.
And he can't believe it. He's going absolutely bananas.
Brother wants a word or two with the refs. I don't know.
I feel like Louisville though right now looks good. I mean, West Virginia's a scrappy team. West Virginia is really hot and cold, so they were at the really hot point, I think. So Louisville beat, I think, a solid West Virginia team today. They beat a young Baylor team that's going to be very, very good seasons going forward.
I agree. Oh, what defense there. But he comes back and Medegar picks up another foul.
That's 3.
Bit of a bailout
That
call.
might be a standard.
I think J.D. Avery got bailed out there, but you didn't hear from me. First free throw goes for... Go ahead.
So, in your opinion, as a non-bias, sure, what surprise team do you think could make the championship game out of the teams we have right now?
Listen, non-biased in terms of championship games. So not even Final Four. We're trying to go to the championship. Ooh.
What do you think most underrated team will have a chance to win the national championship right now?
Kansas. 100% Kansas.
Are they fully? They're fully 100% now.
They are now fully 100% healthy.
You think you think they go in tomorrow? Oh, that's a hard foul.
It is.
You think they go in and beat Auburn handily? What do you think there?
Oh, it's such a hard one. I don't know, because I love both teams. I love how they both play.
I don't think Auburn is that good. I think they're a little highly seeded from my perspective. They were really up there in the rankings early season, and they didn't play well against good teams. So
they didn't. But with that said, Auburn is still, they still got some good quality wins. Like they beat Alabama once, that's a big win.
Which makes complete sense, but I don't know. It just felt like they beat the teams that they were supposed to beat, but they just lost to the teams that can match up with the same amount of talent as them. So we'll see. Kansas has the talent to match up with them, and that's solely why I think Kansas can win tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, I agree. And the thing with Kansas is that, especially because of the injuries early on, I mean, they lost some games that they shouldn't have lost. I mean, let's look at it real quick. 2 games that already pop off to me, in mind. 1, Davidson. 2, DePaul. DePaul at home, by the way. Good turnover there, though, by Duke to get the ball back. But I mean, yeah, with Kansas, it was just so weird. And then just the Big 12 was a mess. I mean, you literally had Texas Tech and Iowa State split the regular season title. Well, that's just how chaotic it was.
Iowa State is a very scrappy team. We're talking about gritty and all that. So, but Texas Tech I don't even know. I think they just thought too highly of themselves coming in March, and essentially why that was a downfall.
Right. Kai Richards, 3, bang! Big 3 for the senior.
High game.
Wilson.
See what Duke can do here.
And turnover. That's what they do. Tie game at 44. Again, check the pinned comment. Duke had a goaltend that was not counted for some reason. Even though the game acknowledged that it happened, it didn't show up on the scoreboard. Richards, no. And a little bit of a forward pass. Cat James swallows the contact. And Logan Jones missed a foul. And Cat James, the senior, is headed to the free throw line. He was the starting 4 for Duke last season. And now he's coming off the bench. John Freeney, they said, you know what, we'll give you a go at the 4 spot to start. And that's probably why you can't miss those free throws. So what do you think about the Alabama right now with their game coming up? Well, with their game coming up tomorrow versus Iowa State. You're talking about a team who won the SEC outright, which is amazing. They're strong in the front court. Could this be a turnover? It is a turnover. Mole. And no foul called there. Surprised. Very surprised. But to get back on the conversation of Alabama, you got a tough assignment in Iowa State. That is just such a gritty and, like Rod said, a scrappy team. And they played one like that against Northern Kentucky and nearly lost. Surprisingly, Gavin 3, no. And we're under halfway in the second half, and nobody has hit 50 points yet. What a low-scoring game this is. Mo, Davis, jumper, no. We haven't seen Davis much at all. This is a true freshman that was a 5-star recruit and has been buried in this Duke roster. Not too sure why he chose to go to Duke. At other places. Avery, jumper, missed. Both teams are not taking the best shots right now. Here's Davis again. Over to Bozo Cooper. Can't believe that's still a name. Jumper. Oh, we got it. One second. Check something real quick. I still got Rad with me. All right. So, OU on a scoreless run right here. Gavin, pump fakes, shot, missed. Rebounded by Cooper.
Kind of now slower pace again. I mean, we saw this last half within the first half of it. I'm not even. Oh, good shot. I'm not even gonna mix my words there. But
I think that's. I'm trying to remember the name. So there's Jameson Davis, James Davis, and Jack Davis. Okay, so I think that's Jack Davis. He just got his first points of the tournament. Richards' jumper goes.
back and forth we go again.
You know what this game kind of reminds me of? If you at all can recall the Elite Eight matchup between Michigan and UCLA in real life, kind of reminds me of that one.
Just yeah, but that game was way more low scoring.
That one was like really low scoring. Super. Richards jumper. No. Rebounded by Cooper. And he just pulls off a move out of nowhere. Just showing off. Cooper. Feed. Mole. Mole with the moves and misses. Gosh, the fall of Mustafa Mole. He was a menace last year for Duke. He was so good. He just hasn't been the same since going to the bench. Jones 3, no. Gavin misses the putback. He tried that little one-hander.
1 point lead for Oklahoma. Let's see if they can get the stop here. Free ball. Got it.
Big three. Cat James, and now Duke has a 6-point lead. Only 4 there on the scoreboard, but it is 6. Should be 6.
The score messed me up. What I think OU is up. Oh, good.
OU has gone completely cold from the floor. Completely. What a feed. Cat James jumper. Got it. I think OU needs a timeout real soon. They're not going to call it. I don't think that's smart. I think Wells needs to regroup his men. They're just not themselves right now. That's a hell of a pass, though, and what in the world.
Oh my! Also, this might be the downfall of that basketball right here. Oh my God! They left him wide open.
Farini to Mole. Cat James, jumper. Cat James is on one right now. Whoa. And Duke
And you said he didn't score a single point coming into this game?
Jack Davis, the point guard for Duke.
Jack Davis.
Yep. And oh my gosh, they can't
Wow.
they can't hit a shot right now. This is unreal. 4 minutes left and Duke is up by 10. Cat James
Rebounds.
to Freeney. Freeney draws the foul on Washington, and Duke is going to grow this lead even more. Fix his mic. Who's Mike? Killian, talk to me. I see Bama struggling to start and maybe being down early in the second half, but then coming back and winning in the end. From Matt Patriot 10. I mean, listen, that's the kind of game that you'll be playing against Iowa State. It's just a scrappy team. Freeney, free throw goes. But yeah, tell me, Killian, whose mic needs to be fixed? It could be mine, you know, but because I hear Rod clearly. I don't know. Both free throws go though for Freeney. It's a 12-point lead for OU, and we are under 4 minutes away from being able to say that we will for sure get a new national champion this year. Timeout, OU. Coach Wells. I wonder what he's gonna try and tell his boys, because this has been a completely underwhelming performance for OU. Completely.
Especially in the second half, they scored 15 points.
It's ridiculous. It really is. Iowa State kind of reminds me of that 2019 Texas Tech team. I agree. Because Texas Tech was just so rugged on defense that their defensive abilities just carried them through. And yeah, Iowa State plays the same way, but granted, they did get torched by Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game. They lost 89-69. So that wasn't the most exciting performance for Cyclone fans, but still a great team. And they will give Alabama fits for sure. So here we go. OU. If they are to move on, they need to get it going, and that's not how it's going to happen. What a horrible shot from Jimmy Gavin. And it's just so surprising. This is the same exact OU team. Oh, what a block right there, and that'll stay with Duke. It's just so surprising because the starting lineup is the same as the one that they had when they won the national championship. It's just mind-blowing that it's the same team. And this is, I think, the worst I've ever seen them perform. The worst. Here we go. What can Duke do? Madiger draws the foul on Jimmy Gavin, and they are just abusing OU in the paint.
This might be it right here.
Well, we're getting closer and closer to being able to say that we won't be seeing a repeat champion. Or I'd say a back-to-back champion. This Duke team, they kind of understood what their downfall was against OU. They got absolutely bodied last year in the Final Four. Oh my gosh, a rip. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. If that went in, I probably would have screamed my head off, because that was nuts. But let's see here. It's just, it's not the same team. Good three there by Kai Richards, and OU is still down by 11. They haven't even hit 50 points yet. They will, I'm sure, but yeah, it's just not the same. Madiger, another shot. Oh boy. Well, I guess we can say that OU made it further than any of the other, like, in real life national champion winners. Oh, good jumper there from, I think that was J.D. Avery. Because, like, you had teams like Kansas who won the national championship in real life, and then they got knocked out by Arkansas in the round of 32. And then in the year prior, we saw Baylor get knocked out by North Carolina in the round of 32. So, Oklahoma can at least say that they made the second weekend, but they definitely were looking for a repeat national championship. And now with that said, they still have a chance, still 2 minutes left, but they just haven't been themselves at all. Who would you give the nod to win the national championship? Whoa, what block?
To me?
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously, I think Michigan before. If I had to choose a team that isn't Michigan, I would say the safe bet is definitely Iowa, but low-key, Duke's looking pretty good today. Their defense has really been there. But, I don't know. I just got to see. I don't think Louisville's good enough to win it all. No offense. But, I don't know. I would say Iowa probably. But Florida State, I really like Florida State a lot. So if I had to go with a sleeper, I'd go with Florida State.
Florida State is definitely a sleeper. And mind you, we talked about Louisville, Florida State, Duke. Let's just fathom real quick. We're a minute and a half away from seeing all three SEC teams that are in the Sweet 16 advance to the Elite Eight. Let's just fathom that for a second.
You mean ACC?
Yeah, the ACC only had 6 teams make it. Oh, near turnover there. As
I think you slipped up and said SEC.
Well, the SEC also, I think.
You're good.
Oof. Whoa.
Cool.
Kai Richards with a highlight reel dunk before his career is over. Put that on the highlight tape for the coaches. And OU, this fouling is not going to work, especially if you're putting White Mediger at the free throw line. Not going to happen. And here we go. More pressure from Duke. They're just not letting OU breathe at all. Gavin, shot. No. Rebounded by Freeney, and it's GG's. Less than a minute to go. You're putting Freeney at the line, who's a very solid free throw shooter. And once they go up by 15, we can officially say that OU has been nailed into the coffin. First free throw goes for Freeney. And second one will go. Well, we have one more game today. Sorry, go ahead.
I just said man, oh man, just OU's down.
So what a performance by Duke today. The defense came to play, and this offense is also just benefiting from just this chokehold defense, and they've hit 70. I think OU won 83-67 or something like that in the Final Four. And this is just a complete turnaround. Another missed shot. And I think Duke is going to run this out as the shot clock is off. So Duke, the Brotherhood. Oh, a turnover there. They had their Cinderella run. And, oh, wow. 10-and-1 opportunity for Oklahoma.
Up that baby.
A little bit of a consolation prize. Luke Givens is going to go to the line. And he'll get it. So, okay. But with that said, the Brotherhood saw their Cinderella run end a year ago. But not here. As it's not a Cinderella run, but they get revenge on OU, and we will have a new national champion. What a game. What a game. And I mean, listen, like I said, give Kristaps Kirilenko his flowers. Give the whole Duke team their flowers too, and give Coach Mario his flowers. That's 2 straight Elite Eights, regardless of what seed his Blue Devils entered the tournament with. Impressive stuff for Duke.
Yep. Coach Mario's got them boys going.
Absolutely.
Pause.
And it's just unfortunate that OU had probably the worst game of the season. It truly was not a shambolic performance, it was just such a letdown performance. Unfortunate end for Oklahoma. As like I said, we will be able to crown a new team with the national championship in 2032. Man, but let's just real quick before we end the stream and before we, figure things out for, USF Iowa game, all that. Let's just real quick just say that OU is going to look completely different next year. Completely different. You're still going to have Jimmy Gavin, I think, still there. You're still going to have, what's his face? JD Avery. I'm sure he's going to be coming back for his last ride as a senior, but you're bringing in a whole new nucleus of players. And I mean, you're still going to have guys like Will Nash, of course, step up and become a starter. And DJ Washington, too, is coming back, so he'll be a full-time starter. I would assume, would hope, because he's a talented guy. But yeah, guys like Kai Richards, Logan Jones, and Colin Forstex, who came for a year and unfortunately couldn't play. That's it. They are moving on to the NBA, and this will be such an interesting new look OU team as we go forward, and we'll see how they do in next season. But for now, congrats, Duke, for moving on to the Elite Eight. And Coach, thank you for joining me for this game. It was great to have your insight and to have your how do I put it best? Your ball knowledge with us today.
Ball knowledge.
Yes, sir. Baller knowledge. All right, but we'll close this one up, and soon enough we'll get the USF versus Iowa game underway real soon. Hopefully. Let me see. One sec. Just looking through some texts, but yeah, this was what a game. Thank you all for watching. One more game coming up today between South Florida and Iowa. Winner of that one will take on Louisville in the Elite Eight. See you all soon.